1 minute guys, just getting the video to work. State of Decay has been iffy. There we go. Hello guys and welcome to my bloody video. I didn't know what to say there. Oh, 1 minute, it's lagging like hell. Give it a second. Is it gonna do this? Am I not gonna be able to record playing State of Decay? Oh. This is literally gonna be a story video, but yeah. Right. Everything good? Yep. Hello guys and welcome to my story video. In today's video I'm going to be telling a story of how I got locked outside at bloody 12 at night for 5 hours in winter in Scotland. Now this story always starts with me going out with friends and getting drunk as hell. So I went out with my friends to get like drunk and stuff like that, and it was a pretty good night. We just walked about my hometown and got drunk. Nearly got arrested, and nearly got arrested because well, one of us peed on the bloody side of the road. So yeah, hey, that's how we nearly got arrested. And oh man, let's just kill all these guys before we. There we go. So yeah, we nearly got arrested because someone decided to pee outside, like on the side of the road, and yeah. But at 12 o'clock I decided to go home because I had work the next day, and I didn't want to stay out till like 3. My friends stayed out till about 3, but I just wasn't up for it, and yeah. So I went home and I realised, oh no, the door's locked. So I tapped on the door, and I didn't have my key with me because I'm an idiot. Like, it was I'd taken my key out and given it to my gran, I think, so she could get into the house, but I'd left the key. So yeah, couldn't get in. So I tapped the door and realised everyone's sleeping, and my parents have been drinking, so they were like in a deep sleep. And to put that into perspective, like, see bloody loud music, even that wouldn't wake them up. So I was essentially trapped outside, and remember that girl I talked about in the bloody story where she basically screwed me over and like a lot of bad things happened? Well, that girl asked to go to her house, and she was with her boyfriend, and she was like, no, you can't come over, I'm busy. Basically she was getting ploughed by her boyfriend and she didn't want me to come over. I understand, but yeah. So I'm outside at 12 and I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? So I decide to go for a walk, because there's no point in just sitting about, because I'll bloody end up freezing, because it was snowing and it was cold as hell. So I decided to go for a walk, and I ended up walking for quite a while, and as I'm walking I see this drunk guy in front of me. He's walking towards me, and like this was when like this was like well before the coronavirus and that, so it was common to see a drunk person out. And I was walking about, like, I'd say I was halfway to where I was going. I was going to McDonald's, and I seen this drunk guy, and this drunk guy, he was drunk as hell. I was drunk, but not that. I was kind of sobering up because how cold it was. And this guy, he was, oh my god, he was a state. And it's when I'm starting to walk past him, I notice he's looking at me, so I kind of look back at him. I don't look in a like aggressive way, I just kind of look as if like, oh hi, like kind of way. And he just like, what the hell you think you're looking at? And I'm like, you looked at me first. I was just looking back at you. He went, you getting wide with me? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna end up having to fight this guy. And he's been like, oh, don't bloody look at me like that. I'm like, mate, I just looked at you, like, calm down. And he's like, oh, everything knock the crap out of you. And then he just passed out. Like, the guy literally just passed out on the side of the road. I was like, he'll be fine, and walked away. I wasn't like, I didn't really want to call. Like, my phone was pretty much dying anyway. It was pretty low on battery, but see that phone that I have, it literally saves me in this story. So yeah, pretty lucky I had it. This is why see, if you're a parent, always give your kid a phone. Like, even if it's a crappy phone, because if they need to phone you, like, you might just save your kid's life. So just give them a phone, right? Even if they're going to be on it for you, can always like stop them going on it when they, like, you know, have it in the house. But like, yeah, always give your kid a phone. If you don't, you're an idiot. Sorry, that's just how it is. And sorry for the crappy gameplay. I'm just literally walking about.
But I don't even remember much about
I'll let this guy
days of the
finish
outbreak.
speaking so he doesn't like mess
We
up.
didn't take it seriously until it was too late.
So yeah, after this guy had passed out, I just like kind of walked and kept walking till I got to McDonald's. And see this McDonald's, like my friend worked there, and he told me that someone went into the bathroom and they'd left like bloody needles all over the bathroom, and he had to clean it up. And his manager threatened to fire him if he didn't clean it up. So that was kind of crap of him. But yeah, like he had to pure clean it up. There was also a ton of like, you know, I don't hate, right, before I say this, I don't hate like emo or goth people. I have emo and goth friends, right, I don't hate them. But there was so many of them in this McDonald's. Like they were everywhere and they were all staring at me because I was very out of place and very drunk still. Like I was a bit sobered up, but I was still, you could still tell I was drunk because I still had a wee stumble about. And this, like, I had like basically what I got was I had large fries, 9 chicken nuggets, a McFlurry, and a bloody milkshake. Oh, it was vanilla. I like the vanilla milkshakes. And like I didn't even finish it. I only had like half of the McDonald's. But yeah, bloody had about half of it, and then decided, right, I'm gonna go home. Maybe one of them's woke up, and I got home. There was nothing really on the way back. Like a guy fell off his bike, but that was about it. Like there was a guy actually cycling about 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't know who cycles at 2 in the morning, but he fell off his bike right in front of me, and I laughed like hell at him, and he just stared at me. But I was walking home, and I got to about like just like up to my hill. And there was this group of people walking down, and one of them I'd got into a fight with before. I'll probably tell the story of that, but what I did when I got into a fight with him is I basically fly kicked him into a fence. He was basically spreading rumours about me and basically getting people to make fun of me all the time. So I ran at him and fly kicked him into a fence, and this guy didn't like me. So he was walking past me and he's like, what are you gonna do now? I've got all my friends. And I was like, mate, are you that much of a like S-bag? Basically shite, but I didn't want to swear because I think, alright, my brother's not in the room, but basically I caught my shite bag. And the guy was like, no, I can't beat you on my own. And his friends were like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, oh, we're gonna jump this guy. And his friends were like, no, we're not, we don't want to fight. And it's basically, I was like, oh, you're gonna jump me, mate, you're gonna jump me. And he just went silent, and I walked past him. It was great. His friends were like, no, we're not jumping him. Like, his friends were actual sound people and didn't want to jump me. So yeah, that was pretty good. And I got to my house, and the door was still locked, and my parents weren't awake. So you're probably like, it's 2 o'clock, and you're probably wondering how I managed to stay out till like 5 in the morning. Well, I was an idiot. Now there's one thing you should know: never fall asleep in the cold, because see, if you do that, see, because you're not moving, you'll get even colder. And I sat on my doorstep and I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna have to sleep till day. And I fell asleep and woke up at 4:30, and I'm like, Jesus, I could barely move my feet. Like my feet were actually like, so like stiff, and like my fingers, I could barely move them. And this was like 4:30, and I'm like, oh my god, it is freezing. Like I actually felt like I was gonna pass out and I was probably gonna die or something, but I was freezing, and it was snowing really heavily, so I was covered in snow. And yeah, I can fall asleep anywhere. That's why I fell asleep. I could just like fall asleep anywhere I want. And basically I was freezing, and yes, I did get sick the next day, and I decided to phone the house phone because I hadn't done that yet, and lo and behold, my mum says the door's unlocked, opens the door, and I see her instantly collapse to the ground. I'm like, you left me out there. And she's like, well, I thought you had your key. And I was like, I thought I did too. She's like, by the way, you're like covered in, what are they called again? What are those things called? Geese bumps or something like that. Covered in geese bumps. And I was freezing. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, I can barely move my legs. I am not okay. And she went, you're still going to work tomorrow, by the way. I was like, oh, thanks. And like I fell asleep. I woke up about, I'd say about 9 because I had to go to work, and I was still freezing when I woke up. Like my body was still really bad, and I felt sick that day. Like, I was also hungover, so I went into work sick and hungover, and my boss took one look at me and was like, "Oh God, what's happened to you?" And I'm like, "Oh," and I told him the story, and I told him I was hungover, and he went, "Right. You're not going to be on the checkouts today. You're going to be working with me because I don't trust you to be on your own. You look like you're going to pass out." So basically I worked in the back the whole day moving stuff, and it was horrible. But there is a happy ending to the story. I got a bloody, what's it called? A chippy. And oh my God, it was beautiful. Like, it was the best chippy I've ever had, and I was happy. So yeah, that's how I got locked outside till 5 in the morning. Not a very entertaining story, but you'll probably make you question my intelligence. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that story, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. There'll be more there'll be more stories in a few days, and may Larry's chin be with you always. Hope you enjoyed.